Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Testing.
we're live. Oh my goodness, that's not the. Hello, iPhone.
We're doing fine.
Hello.
There's nothing.
Phones
nothing
1,
to see
2,
here.
3,
This is
4,
great.
5, 6, and 7, and 8. There we go. Let's see what else we got. Change the audio source around.
This is one of the reasons I use my nice
Turn
camera.
on some extra lighting.
Because hell yeah,
Touch a portal.
you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful.
Gotta load our other stuff up.
don't
What
know
a
what
day!
that
What a day!
Why are we zooming
It
in
wasn't
so
a
close?
bad
He says as
day,
he zooms
really.
in super close to the camera. Hi.
Wasn't a bad day, really, until
Hi guys. It's
the afternoon.
you'll
Then
be
it wasn't
okay.
great.
Don't worry.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Bum, bum, bum,
Testing.
ba-dum, ba-dum, bum,
Wow.
ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Dum, ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum. I know. Everything has prompts.
We're doing
Prompting
fine.
me.
There's nothing to see here. This is great.
Back in my day, just turned on the electronic and it worked or didn't.
This is one of the reasons I
something.
use my nice camera, because
You know
hell
what? Let's
yeah,
keep the
you
exact
can still see him
same
just fine.
stream
Rusty Robot
title.
would
Why
be
not?
Way too.
Why
powerful.
not? It's fun. It's fun. We
I don't know what that
should.
is.
We should post our go live in the
Why
Discord.
are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in, super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys.
Ba-dum, bum, bum,
It's
bum,
okay.
bum, ba-dum.
You'll be okay. Don't worry.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow.
Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Is it gonna do a
We're doing
card?
fine.
It did the big
There's-
card.
there's
Why did it do the
nothing-
big card?
Nothing to see here. This is
Oh
great.
well. We're live. We are live. Am I muted? That's a good question. Ba-dum,
This
bum,
is one of the
bum,
reasons I
ba-bum,
use my nice camera.
ba-dum.
Because hell yeah, you can still see him just
I
fine.
love it when
Rusty
Twitch
Robot
gives
would
you
be way too powerful.
kind of like useless stats. Like, congratulations, you are the top clipper.
I don't know what that was.
You know, because you're the only one that clipped
Why are
something
we
in the
zooming in
last
so
stream.
close?
So therefore,
He
you are the
says
top
as he
clipper.
zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys.
Okay, pre-roll
It's a-
ads are disabled for
You'll be
42
okay.
minutes.
Don't
Okay,
worry.
let's get our other
Testing 1,
devices
2, 3.
going since they're actually
Testing.
charged up tonight. That's nice.
Wow.
We'll be loading up shortly. I have ideas. Yeah, we should finish loading stuff. That wouldn't be a terrible idea.
We're
Rusty
doing fine.
verse.
There's
Get that
nothing,
loaded.
Nothing to see here.
While
This is
that's
great.
loading, I will be right back.
This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. I don't know what that was. Why are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys.
Okay, are we done loading yet? We are not done
You'll
loading
be
yet.
okay.
Okay,
Don't worry.
okay.
Testing 1,
Almost
2,
done loading.
3. Testing.
We don't have any music going. Well, let's get some music going. Do, do, do.
We're doing fine. There's nothing.
That is an
nothing to see
interesting
here.
error
This is great.
message. I don't think I've noticed that one before. Reduced additional punctual light shadows resolution.
This is one of the reasons I
Punctual
use my nice
shadows.
camera, because
The shadows are not late.
hell yeah, you can still.
It's always
see 'em
good when
just
your
fine.
shadows are not
Rusty
late, I
Robot would
suppose.
be Way too.
Okay, where are we? Dun 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 dun.
I don't know.
Dun
What that
dun
is.
dun 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 dun.
Why are we zooming in
Dun,
so
dun,
close?
dun, dun.
He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi.
Dun 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 dun.
Hi,
Done.
guys.
Done.
It's okay. You'll be okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll be right
Testing,
here. We'll be right
1,
here for the
2,
moment.
3. Testing.
Dun, 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 dun,
Wow,
dun, dun.
wow.
Dev, hello. Oh, our window's all stretched out. Our window's all stretched out. We should fix that. Hmm. And over here, I like to hide my mistakes. There. I like to hide my mistakes down here so you all can't see them. That is my sneaky trick. You know what? We're gonna hide Winamp for today, I think. Well, we're running an experiment. Okay, let's see. Now we just need some tracking. You know, we don't need this guy in here. There we go. We need some tracking. Let's see what else we got. Whoa, what is that shadow? Right there. What is that? Interesting. I don't think I've noticed that before. And in true mystical computer fashion, it could just be that I don't have something hooked up, so something is compensating. It could be that. It could be that. That's some good sound tracking. Okay, so we've got that. Load that. What else we got here? Oh, we need to unlock you. I still have to watch the new Muppet special thing. Oh yes, thank you for talking to me. Why would you ever need your stream manager to talk to you? You're streaming. You're streaming. Why would you ever need somebody else to be also talking to you? Oops. Connect. There we go. Oh, we're boogieing. There we go. We're boogieing. Get that loaded. Play with these things. Do. Come on. Load in. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. You go over here. Ta-da! No, that shadow is still right there for some reason. Odd. Okay, let's do some calibrations. Calibrations. I need a little Garrus visor. Definitely need the Garrus visor. You know, one of the things we should track down right now, since we're just working on the factory tonight, that is our sole purpose. Still though, what the heck? What is that? What is it's just floating there. It's just floating there. I wonder if I have a shape that has like translucent transparency, and it's just kind of floating there. Good evening, a good day even. Good day, Lazy Kiwi. What would that be? First of all, let's okay, we're not showing anything directly there, but that doesn't mean anything. It could be all sorts of things. Low poly head. No, that is within the head box. Head tray. Mouth holder. Screen. Lens gyro. Yeah, that is it. Whoa, that looks weird when you highlight it like that. With lens. Yes, we actually have the gyro properly modeled. See? Well, actually, I take that back. We do not have it properly modeled. It needs one more ring. I remember I had both rings of the gyro in there and it just didn't look right. It was too cluttered, I think, when it would move around. Mostly due to the low polygon nature. Now what I'm referring to is, let's see, Rusty Robo, Pix Parts. Do we have Pix Parts? Do I not have a picture of the Rusty, the Robo? Printed? Oh gosh. I could swear I had it. The Laser Kiwi, how are you doing today? I'll say today for you. Here it is tonight, but oh, I had a good first chunk of the day. And then a not so great afternoon. There we go. Now I can hear my music. Bopping, bopping, bopping. Right now I'm trying to isolate this shadow, and I'm thinking it is just a shadow artifact. But what would it be hitting? What would it be hitting? First of all, though, I do want to show off the lens gyro. Do I have to load up the Discord to go find a picture of the lens gyro? That's pretty sad. Not too bad. I am doing well. My toddler's having a bad day. It keeps bonking his head. The neighbors, well, I found out they had a bad February. It's like, neighbors, why haven't I seen you? Oh, he passed away. It's like, what? Haven't you heard? No, I didn't hear. I was wondering why I didn't see you for a while, or see, all of you for a while. Well, yeah. But, yeah. But we're doing well. We're doing well. Yeah, so, and I live in the countryside. So, we do, despite there being lower population density out here, I do see these neighbors frequently, and well, did. When they're older, retired, they go for walks and stuff. So we'll be working in our respective yards, cleaning up our woods or whatnot, helping each other out when needed. Tree falls down, grab the chainsaw, and go over and help out, right? And just in general, hanging out. And then it's like, well, I knew he had some health problems, but yeah, I didn't see him for a while after that. So I'm like, okay, I asked once, not gonna pry, respect their privacy and everything still. Well, it turns out he didn't make it out of his health problems. So, nice guy. Really, really nice guy. It feels weird if you really think about it to say, it's like, oh, it's a nice guy. It's sad to happen. It's sad when it happens to anybody, of course. But, it does hit close to home when it literally hits close to home. Oh, there we are. Finally found the picture. Open link? Just drag you to the desktop. I can drag you to the desktop. We'll do that. Yeah, it was a bummer. Nice guy. And I don't know, it's really something when I mean, I'm not super old, right? I'm middle-aged, whatever. And it's like getting a little bit older, and the amount of people I know now that have had have not made it too far into retirement. It's a shocking statistic. Okay, should we put it right here? Let's put it right here. So, on to happier news, though. On to happier news. Here is Rusty, old man Rusty, rest his soul. Oh, jeez. Anyways, the now retired Rusty. Jeez, I'm making this worse and worse. Anyways, the robot. Yeah, it's a real face palmer right there. So here was, this is an early version. This is an early version of his lens. As you can see, it's not even in his actual head. So his lens is on a gyroscope. So what we have here is an approximation of it. It didn't work out so well having, see, this would be the inner hoop. Having the inner and the outer hoops of the gyro. So the inner is for side to side, and the outer is for up and down. You can see it's hinged right here, little hinge pins. And here's the motor. Yeah, so here we're missing the outer because due to the low polygon nature, it really intersected in a lot. If I ever do an HD model, I would separate the two. Because for one thing, this would be, well, what would be cool is if it were, instead of being this flat shading, more realistic shading like on the left here. It's a little bit more difficult to do in URP Unity to do reflective surfaces, real-time reflective surfaces, but it can be done. I think it'd be pretty neat. I think it'd be neat just to make, I'm cranking my neck here. There we go. I think it'd be kind of neat to do a little bit more modeling on like the eye, like the iris. Because right now, it's like the digital version of me, right? So we don't show, you show the approximation of the aperture blades, the iris. And I even have it rotate and everything. But it'd be kind of neat to have the actual blades of the iris closing, which I did have on the robot. There was a little servo motor back here that would trigger this old manual lens. It would trigger the aperture, the iris to open and close, to blink. It was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that on the miniature version. The Rusty Robot 2.0. Not the VTuber 2.0. The Robot 2.0. Right now I am looking for, I'm going to hit up the used stores and I'm going to see if I can find or rummage sale season for us, or garage sale, rummage sale, boot sale, however you want to call it. Going to hit up some of those this next few months when the weather starts clearing up around here. And I'm going to look for like point and shoot cameras or point and click cameras because they have cheap, small lenses and many of them do have mechanical irises, even if they're a digital camera. So they'll be like really small. And so I'm thinking I could get that to work because we are going to shrinkify the robot. Shrinkify. Shrinkify. So he won't be... He won't be this big. Of course, he won't be this big. But, I kind of want... I want to see if I can do it. If I can get the new Rusty 2.0 to fit inside of Rusty 1.0's head. Like this. Because I think that would be pretty cool. How I plan on doing it is having wires. Control by wires. To move the various things. I'm gonna be doing a oversized prototype in the near future on a workshop stream. I was thinking about doing it for April Fools. but yes, I'm gonna have the little wires or cables like fishing line, like monofilament fishing line, to be moving some mechanical stuff in the head, simplified from that guy behind us, and the cables would be running down below. So he'd be like sitting on a pedestal, kind of like a marionette, closer to a Muppet than a marionette. Marionette would be above. Specifically, marionette are the kind that are controlled by strings above. Whereas more like a Muppet, I wouldn't have my hand inside Rusty's head, but those controls for the head would be wires down below. So if you look at any pictures of the old behind the scenes of the Muppets or like Jim Henson, the camera on ground level will be way up here, and then they'll be sitting here reaching one arm way up high, and then usually another arm or another person would be moving the dominant moving arm. If you look carefully on a lot of Muppets, they only have one arm moving at a time. It's a neat little trick. Now what I can do, because most of this will be tracking and mechanical, because I'm still going to do the servo thing, but the controls will be down below ground level, and Rusty will be standing on top of that, with the controls going up through the spine, basically, like up a leg, up the spine. Something I haven't quite nailed down how we're going to do that part exactly, but I think it'll be neat. I want to see how small I can get and still have, like, motion. I could make him Lego size, no problem. But then I don't think I'd be able to move the eyes. You can move the head. In fact, I'd even be able to tilt the head. Even the Legos don't do that. But I want to for sure be able to move the eyes up and down, left and right. Anything else I could move would be gravy. I might have mouth flap. I need something a little bit more from mouth. But what we're gonna do is I haven't experimented with how I'm going to film this yet, because I need to know the scale first. If I go down to the size I want, I might use a macro lens. Now, he won't be macro, it'll just allow me to get that much closer with the camera. But it'll be neat, it'll be like little dioramas. I'll be able to put the little Rusty in little dioramas. So instead of having Rusty be life-size, and then using life-size props on the robot, which was the idea for previous Rusty, we're going to kind of the opposite. We're going to use little props for little Rusty. So kind of on that note, I had a couple different ideas for what to do today. But I do think we need to finish up this room. I think we need to finish up this room. So let's drape some cables around, huh? But Very. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know I can go super small. But how super small? Because the big parts for conveying a character are the eyes. I will probably I might be able to keep the eyebrows depending on how much I can get in there, but we'll see. Right now I'm looking at, I can easily get him into, or I should easily be able to get what I want into. I'll even use centimeters. 4 centimeters wide. So from here to here, easily I can get all of the pieces I want into that. But I want to go just a little bit smaller. I'm holding a little 3D print, 2-scale 3D print in my hand here. But that's almost too big. A Lego would be, the head would be about 16 millimeters. That's too small. Yeah, I highly doubt I'd be able to actuate the eyes. And the eyes, as they say, are the window to the soul. Is what they say. It is what they say. But yes, I want to be able to do stuff like this, you know? So I need to have an addressable LED in that noggin, for one thing. And then I'm thinking, if you're familiar with electronics, we have a huge prop here. I'm gonna go basically the same. He's gonna be the same Rusty. Basically the same Rusty, but simplified. Obviously, we're not gonna have a full Arduino in his tiny little head. The only electronics in his head are going to be the LED, or maybe 2 tiny LEDs. If I get one for each eye, that'll be what can we cram in here. And then for the eyes, probably light pipes. And what a light pipe is a piece of clear plastic, so like acrylic or whatnot, a clear plastic of whatever shape and whatnot. Think like any game console. You know, it's not an LED bulb sticking up there showing you that the power's on or off. That LED is down on the control board, like on the control board, and there will be a piece of plastic like right above that LED. And that piece of plastic goes probably to a part on the case. Showing that it's on or off. And that end shape can be any shape. So if I wanted a hexagon, if I wanted the middle of the lens to be a hexagon, I would just need a small hexagon shape. Yeah, see, fiber optic would actually work, and then I wouldn't need the LED in the head. And it should be flexible enough too. So that was one of the thoughts, is that especially if I wanted to do like a kind of a pixely screen eye, like on this side behind me, if I want to do a pixely screen, a little bundle of fiber optic would be the thing to use. And honestly, it would probably be easier than what I'm going to try and do, which is to take a little piece of plastic, either square like this or 4x3. Yeah, or 4x3 maybe, or square, and score it so that there would be divisions, a grid, and then the LED behind it as it, as it moves, as it pivots on its own, not gyro, but as it pivots, that little LED would be shining at different squares essentially, and that actually works. I should do a little screen test, a little recording test. But yeah, so I've got some of these things figured out. I just need to. I want to build it with my hands instead of modeling it in CAD. Because CAD does take some of the fun out of it. Because I'm not going to 3D print it. Well, maybe I'll 3D print some of it, but then I'll machine other parts so I can actually get like nice little pivot holes and stuff like that. And we do have a nice tiny little drill and milling machine that will be able to handle this job no problem. We just have to iterate. And I do love these moth antenna. They're my new favorite thing. I just need more dangly bits. since I am not blessed with other things that require jiggle physics. You know what would go good with this? And the live action robot was going to have this, is some cords hanging down, like with different adapters, different plugs. There's going to be like a fringe, you know, like a beard, basically, either a beard or some earrings. And the earrings were going to be like, you know, old different types of connectors, like audio connectors and, you know, old serial port and stuff. So he was going to have some earrings hanging from each ear. No jiggly antennae on the little Rusty. Well, I mean, on the tiny Rusty, we could have just like some fake feathers, some down feathers or something. That is one of the tough things. If I do go micro scale, mini scale, props. Though I didn't use too many props for Giant Rusty anyways. I had to keep my eye on him too much. Not Giant Rusty, Robot Rusty. Okay. Let's go here. We'll leave these on for a bit. Let's boot up Maya and load. Let's boot up Maya and load up our Rusty room. It's Rusty room. Doom 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 doom. What is this song? I like this one. Theme 5 looped. And we're just gonna move you over here for a second. I forget if I have any in progress. Come on. Loading. There we go. I forget if I have any in progress. Old secrets. I do not. Okay, good. I did think that I sanitized the my install directory, my project directory. I did. Oh, it opens on the other frame anyways. The other thing. Oh, hey. Hey, Laser Kiwi. Does this little guy look familiar? I need to do more fan art. I miss it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I just haven't had taken enough free time. Had enough free time. There, y'all get some butts as I look for the file I'm going for. I mean, the heart, super important. It gets its own polygons. There he is. The low poly pack, complete with all the polygons are in that tail and the dumpy. Definitely. But yeah, that was a fun little render. That was a fun little guy. Okay, we are going to... Where is Rusty Room? There it is, Rusty Room. Rusty Room number 4. No, I don't want to save any changes. He's perfect the way he is. Okay. So... where did we leave off so many long times ago? When was this? When was this? Let's the properties? No, it doesn't have properties in here. No date stamp. That's okay. We were running cables. We were running cables and I did not give them enough, definitely didn't give them enough of a mesh. Oh, come on. There. I'm gonna have to drag Rusty over here so I can peer inside his noggin. Where all these cables are. Yes, they're definitely on the front. Okay. I mean, it's nice having the live reference sitting over here on the edge of my desk. Okay. NURBS to Polygon. NURB to Poly 2. I did not review my homework before doing this. Okay. Where we go, where we go, where we go. Jeez. You. NURBS to Poly. NURBS tessellate. Maximum triangle. 60,000. Jeez, I do not think we have 60,000 here. Okay. We're gonna draw ourselves some more wires. So our poor lad here, here we go. So our poor lad here can have just a little bit better features. Yeah, because this one, when I imported it, it looked pretty sad. Here, let's just see where we left off. Okay, let's see where we left off here. Yeah, so, oh, we do have this cord on the floor. We do have that one. That one, yeah, it's looking a little anemic. A little anemic. Could definitely use just a little bit more. See, now these trio, this trio right here looks fine. This one's supposed to be like drooping from the ceiling, but again, it looks like it's wrapped in some gross shrink wrap. Oops. There we go. I forget that I do have shortcut keys to left and right. And I should just use this whenever I need to go right back to the broadcast scene. Okay. So you, where are you? Smooth mesh, subdivision levels. Triangles. Might as well be triangles because it's going to be turned into triangles anyways. Here we go. Polygon count. How do I increase that? It might be easier just to start from scratch. Where is my... Oh, extruded surface? Extruded surface. Yes, you look nice. You do not. Okay. Gotcha. NURBS to Poly 1, NURBS to Poly 2. We're gonna get rid of you guys. You're gross. Extruded surface now. So what that is basically I just took the circle. Aha, NURBS circle. Can you see this behind me? I took a circle. Or I drew a line. A nice wavy, goofy line. Put it where I wanted it. Put a circle. And just extruded that circle along the path. Super easy. Now this, we're gonna start over because I don't remember where it left off anyways. Create. Modeling. Mesh tools. Where's our curves? Here we go. Surfaces. Somewhere around here, there's a convert. And that is what I'm looking for. Convert. NURBS to polygons. Found you. See, it just takes a little bit. It just takes a little bit. You know, I probably should just do quads and let Unity figure out the details. Standard fit or control points. Now let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that didn't work. That made like a weird ribbon. So we're going to try that until we get to what we want. Control points, maybe. Count, definitely not. I think we just need more. No, definitely not that. Jeez. Okay, you. You turned out wonderfully. How do we make more of you? Oh, ads? We might be having ads. Or we're done with ads. I saw a little ad flash in the corner of my screen. Okay, extruded shape. Extruded surface shape. You are indeed the extruded surface, but where is your... Yeah, not you, not you. You. Where is you? There we go. Where is you and how many polygons are you? I wonder if I skipped the NURBS part and went straight to polygon, went from line to polyline. Oh. I wonder if that's what I did the first time around. Maximum triangles, 60 grand. You know, maybe we should see what we're doing over here before we get too wrapped up in ourselves. If not, I'm just gonna push this. Maybe I'll just draw all the lines. Maybe I'll just draw all the lines in. Where are you? Here we are. Maybe I'll just draw all the lines in and then I'll loft them a different day. You. Polycylinder, blah, blah, blah. Somewhere up here is a thing that says show polygons. Ooh. Oh, that is definitely a lot of polygons. Look at all them triangles. Hold on, we can do wire shading. There we go. Okay, so quads, and then I let Unity deal with the rest of it. Okay. Although I'm wondering if I just subdivided Yeah, if I just drew it, I think I might have just drewed it. Poly smooth. Poly cylinder. I didn't use NURBS at all. Interesting. Interesting. And now we know. Okay, let's try it. Let's try this again. Again, just convert. A simple convert. Simple convert. NURBS to polygons. Let's try that. See if that does it. Better. Okay, curve tolerance. Good enough. I mean, that looks pretty decent. These are like hero objects too, so you can't see me. These are hero objects, so maybe we just deal with it, you know? I can always unload that scene, the Rusty Room. I'll just unload it when we're not inside of it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Do we not have this? We don't have the servos in there. Oh, we don't have the servos on the bank vault. Well, that we definitely need to export as well. All sorts of things to export in this next round. This looks a little funky. Yeah, that does look a little funky. We'll have to do a little bit of cleanup, it looks like. Ooh, if we were leaving it in Maya, I could just use smooth mesh and it would look so much nicer. Yeah, look at that. That is a large number of triangles, though. Okay. But. We should get these over here, too. Okay, he doesn't look too bad. How's he? Now, I do not remember my export process here. Okay, but you modify, convert, bam, and it should use the same settings we used before. Yes, entirely too many triangles, of course. Entirely too many triangles, but that's okay. That is okay. Okay, we're gonna have our control board, another control board sitting right here. Let's just do a quick looky-loo here to see what we need to see. Okay, you're there. You two need to go in group. Aperture servo, lens back. You two can be linked together. And you, group 5, we'll send you along just for now. Okay, now do I re-export the whole thing? Here's the part I was fuzzy on. Okay, it looks like, just judging by right here in my asset pack, is I was exporting them separately. But theoretically they will show up exactly where they need to be. Okay, Rusty Room export 01. Go over here, go there, go there. And one of the cool things about Unity here is you can just drop stuff right in, like so. And we probably shouldn't do this live, so I am going to. There, I did stop play mode here. Let's find the rusty room and put it in the right spot. And theoretically, it'll all be good. Oh no, rusty room is part of the warehouse. There we go, rusty room. Whew. Okay, here we go, here we go. Moment of truth. It's funny because I'm making the VTubery hand motions and I'm not even there. Okay. Unfortunately, we do not have the servo back. Why didn't that make it in? Are they some kind of reference object, maybe? No, they're definitely here. They're definitely here. Now we're gonna make a copy. Find the copy. And let's do yet another export. "12 kilobytes. I do not have high hopes." Okay. Nope. Unless they are hiding somewhere. It looks like I just got a reference of something. Yeah, I just got a reference of something. Unfortunately. Okay. A whole lot of nothing. Yeah, see, the lens back is in here. Or it says it's in here, but for some reason it is not importing validly. And it's not saying that there's anything wrong with it. So we're just, well, there's a log file, but it's not saying there's anything wrong with it. So we'll just have to trust the process. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, that is odd because I did model. No, I didn't. This is my own servo. This isn't imported from CAD. Interesting. So why is this one not working? Why is this one not working? Actually, there's more missing. There should be a whole lens cap on here too. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. But there should be another shape on behind here, another cylinder. The lens cap itself. Do I still have the image? I do still have the image. Oh, no. Wrong side. Wrong side. Oh, funny thing about... Oh, and now it's gone. Now it's gone for sure. Funny thing about that, that design, the original design, is instead of... it's to control the left-right, there was the same size servo piggybacked on the back of here with a basically a paper clip hooked into, oh, there it is right there actually, because the cat is old. This little hole right here is where the control rod, basically a paper clip, went from here to the little servo that was on the back of here to control the horizontal movement of the lens, the horizontal pivot of the lens. And that poor little servo did not last long from the shock of constantly moving back and forth, constantly having to rotate the lens back and forth. So I had to go to a larger servo, one of these guys, which I also have controlling the up and down on the lens. I put one like right back here or so to control the left and the right, and it held up pretty well. If I go over there right now, there's definitely a lot of wear in the servo. So yeah, it's old man Rusty would have needed a lot of updates. A lot of updates. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need 3 of these. What I should really have modeled is a wider, let's see, a rounded rectangle instead of 3 individual chords. Yeah, here I just duplicated them and slightly moved them. That's why I'm wondering what I did for what I did. I could go review the VOD somewhere. There's a VOD for this. The joys of doing most of these things online. I think I extruded a cylinder along a control curve. I think that's what I did, except it was all polygons. Chord group. So I bet if I go into the component... Yes, okay, that is what it is. If we look here, you can see little control points. Yeah, they're not moving right now, so they must be like baked into position or something. Interesting. Oh, they're invisible. That's why. No? Visible? Invisible? There we go. Okay, so polygon cylinders with bridge. Oh, that's what I did. That makes way more sense. Okay. So, class, for a less complicated, relatively, for a relatively less complicated cabling here, I had a start cylinder and an end cylinder. That's what I did, because I just wanted these to be drooping from the ceiling. Okay. So I think I would have had a start cylinder over here and an end cylinder over here. And then I bridged. I did a poly bridge, which is one of the cool mesh tools in here somewhere. Bridge. And you can bridge with a smooth path and curve. Welcome in, Nix. Yes, art day. So the curve is, or smooth path. I think smooth path and curve is the important part here, because I took a vertical cylinder, another one, and I bridged the two faces here to here, and it made this control curve, which I could then mess with. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Oh, then why am I doing this the hard way for the rest of it? Like I'm making this a whole NURBS thing. Oh, bridging is fantastic. When I discovered that, it's like, oh, wow. Like, yeah, because until you like delete history, you can still edit it. See? But yes, polygons along a control curve. So you don't need to do what I was doing back here with the NURBS curve. But I imagine I put down this NURBS curve. It's basically the same as this control curve, just more points. I imagine I put that down because this one was going to be like draping across the floor and then back up. See? Yeah, no, bridging is awesome, especially if you're doing with this. Vents. Like if you're doing a location, a bigger set, and you want to put in like ductwork. Here, I will show, not tell. I will show, not tell. So you got, let's say you got a duct right here. Let's make it a little more like that. Plop it right there. And just for fun, let's put another one here. You know what? We won't even rotate this thing. We'll be complete heathens. Okay, so, right, you got two ducts, or two squares. You got it coming out of the wall and going into the ceiling, right? Let's go into here, go into face mode, go like that. Come on. Oh no, I probably grabbed the wrong face. One face, two face. Curved poly. Yes. It is easier with the curve if you're going for organic shapes. If you're not going for organic shapes, then where your bridge, then you can just play around with the settings here. So for instance, smoothing angle, so it'll have at least a 30-degree angle. No. Boom. Wait. Oh, you gotta combine the objects. You gotta combine the objects first. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. There. We are now combined. We are now one object, so we're not getting confused. Face. I used this on my my headset for Rusty. I also use this on the headset because it comes with some neat features, like taper and twisting. So let's just do this one just for fun. Bridge. Right? You know, it just literally just bridged that, right? And we did it linearly with 6 divisions. So what you can do here is make it a curve. And now you have ducting. And you can do things like taper it. See? How cool is that? You can put a twist in it if you really want. Right. This would be more beneficial if you had them coming from different angles. Like, like for instance, here to here. For fun, let's do this curve here and let's bump it up to like 9 or so. Bridge that. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. Yeah, you can do some really cool, especially hard surface stuff. Yeah. And obviously you can, crank this way up Okay. You can make it as smooth as you want, or you can, subdivide it later, of course. Put some twists in it. There we go. There we go. See, so you can make like a helmet. A helmet would be a good thing. See, you got the contour here between those two. And yeah, I went from that side to this side and just no, the bridge tool. It quickly became one of my favorite tools for doing like hard surface curvy geometry. And this is old Maya. Yeah, this is old Maya. But yeah, for ducting especially, it is like the easiest way to do like, nice clunky HVAC. Because for HVAC, you want it to be segmented. So you want those ducts in the ceiling to look, like they're bent sheet metal. You don't want them to be nice and super slick and smooth. So you can quickly just build out, various shapes and stuff. Let's see. But then you can just play around with it and have fun and make these kind of like artsy, organic looking shapeoids. But yeah, so that's what I did here is I took a cylinder. Cylinder. Made it nice and small. What size would that cylinder be? Probably like a 0.1? 0.15 maybe? They're based on millimeters. So, I have my Maya set to millimeters. So theoretically, if it's a 1 mil cord, and 1 mil wire, that should be it. Don't need that. If you're going to be bridging, you definitely don't want subdivisions on your cap. But yeah, bridge tool is awesome. Okay, let's see. If I'll put in the connectors later. They're not part of the bridging part, but 0.5. Yeah, I would put in the connectors later, I think. Because how I have it, it's not the, the wire, the sheathed wire just sticking right into the slot. There'd be a little, what's the alphabet for that? JRIC, maybe? Yeah, I forget what it is. Okay, so if I want to avoid this nonsense here, which I kind of do now want to avoid this nonsense, I'll just put this like this. We'll just be messy today. We'll be messy. Like the song. Like the song. Do, 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 do. Put you down here somewhere. I am a heathen on so many levels. I prefer to work, if I'm just doing like look dev stuff like this, I absolutely prefer to work all out of 3D view. So I'm a complete heathen here. So we can do that. And then I should have this like this anyways. Oh no. Oh, wait. Okay. I didn't think of that. Oh my goodness. With what I know about spring bones now, I could rig this entire room in Maya. Huh. Because I want this room to move. Because I want to connect it up like the robot. I have some fun video gamey kind of ideas. And I want this room to move like the robot. So I thought I would have to have some like cable plugins, which would make some things easier. It would absolutely make some things easier. I wouldn't need to supermodel. I wouldn't need to model as much detail, but what I just thought of is I could just put some, little bone chain right here. I would definitely have to experiment with that on how that would work. But I could put a little bone chain here, like I just made last night for my moth antenna, little spring bones. Go from there to there, so that when this whole assembly, the gyro, moves, it would just be pulling this with it. Interesting. That is an interesting proposition. I'm propositioning it. A little connector right there. Should have some electrical tape around it, maybe. That'd really sell the whole thing. Okay, so you. U3. You, and... Oh, not you. You. Not you. And here's where you get into trouble trying to do everything in 3D view. There you go. U3 combine into polycylinder 20. Oh boy. So now what we can do is first we're going to hide our giant cool shape we made. Face mode, face. Face to face. Bridge tool. Smooth path with curve. Do we need a... Yes, we want a curve so we can tweak. Taper, no taper. Twist, maybe a twist. Ew, no twist. Looks like I rotated that poorly. Because it did decide to twist everything. It sure did. Okay, here, kids, is where you have to make certain you're rotating things properly. Okay, so you are a cylinder. Why are you... Oh, because they're not the original cylinders anymore. Okay. Interesting. It shouldn't be having any problems with that. So we'll try that again. It is relaxing. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, but why? Why did it pinch like that? Okay. It's way too steep of an angle. Well, I'm glad you're having a relaxing lurk. I'm glad you're having a relaxing lurk. It's nice and smooth. Oh, I set the taper to 0. I'm a ding dong. Okay. Put that back down. Taper should be 1. That's what we get for changing default settings. There we go. It was tapering it to 0. So why did it look like it was being squished down? Because we told it to. Yeah, that's not too bad. And it is blending. It is pinched a little bit. It is pinched just a smidge up there, but we can fix that in post. I mean, you really shouldn't expect the automatic tools to get you 100% of the way. You know? Bridge offset. Oh, what does the offset do? What does the offset do? No, it was boogie woogieing. Yeah, what we should do here though is, so we don't need to edit it as much, is we should undo this bridge. And we should bridge with a control curve. And we won't be exporting. There we go. 1, we won't be exporting that curve, but now it is here. And let's give it just a couple more divisions. Come on. And that should be plenty for our low polygon goodness. Now are you our hero? Yes, there we go. Because it's a curve. Because it's a curve. See? That looks nice and down view, doesn't it? There, now we don't have to manually go in and futz with the things. Oh yeah, definitely forget doing it this way. That is unpleasant. And say, oh, but Rusty, you've got a disconnected cable here. Do I? Do I? Or do we have another bridge tool? Bam! Yeah, look at that. If we wanted to snake around on the floor, we just do that. Eh? I don't know how many control points they give us on a CV, but we do have a few of them. So we do that. We can get lost in our gimbal lock. No, that's not gimbal lock. We can get lost in our gimbal though. We can make it go up and over something. Like that might be fun. So we have options. We have options. Make it just a little bit more organic. It's meant to stop you from launching the nukes. Oh, that's why they have two little flippy caps on the keys and the levers and the. We should definitely have that in here, though. We should definitely model in somewhere on the control panels. I don't know. Maybe they'd be down below. Maybe they'd be down below. We'd have all the control panels showing the footage and stuff on repeat in this case, because, you know, years and years later. But yeah, I think we should definitely have some old school, like magnetic tape, war games style mainframe. Big honking cables coming off of here too. We definitely need some big cables coming off of here. Bunch of switches and buttons that are satisfying to flip but don't do anything. Amazon. We got my sibling for Christmas bought one of my children a busy board. A little busy board with it was all electronics based. Oh, welcome in, Juna. Welcome in. Yippee too. Thank you. Thank you. Nix was just requesting a busy board is what we call it for children. Not necessarily for children, but that is what we call. I'm gonna snooze this. I'm talking here. So yes, busy board. The one we got has like. I mean, I could have built it. It's one of those things. It's like I could have built it with Arduino and a bunch of little, like a starter kit basically to make the little switches, you know, like a 3-way switch, go this light, that light, a little potentiometer for making the spinning circle of lights go faster, slower. And but it has this satisfying, like probably like 20 different little switches, toggles, you know, push buttons, dials. That keeps the kiddo busy, or it used to. Just keeps the kiddo busy. They just get to play with all these little satisfying clicks, and it does stuff. So it's not only is it actually, you know, not only is it just the little switches making clicking and toggling, but the little lights light up, you know? But yes, it was a form of busy board. Another type of busy board would be like latches. So like the different little like door locks and hinges, you know, some like the little gate hook or the little security chain that has to go in the slot, actual doorknobs. Kids love those. And you know what? As an adult, they're also fun to fidget with. Yeah, basically, fidget toy. Or fidget toy. I'm looking on my desk. Do I have any fidget toys on my desk? I don't have any fidget toys on my desk, but I do have like 3D printed part kind of things from Rusty Tests and Miniatures and Juna. Thank you. That is very much appreciated. Thank you. And everybody, I expect you to be using some emotes. Use them emotes. We have some fun ones now. In fact, some ones I forgot I even had. Like this one. But yes, welcome in everybody. Welcome in. And there you go. That is one of my my newer favorite ones. I added that. I have a couple just sitting, waiting in the wings. I just need to literally export them from Flash. Yes, Flash into a GIF and then import them here. 3:30 in the morning. I had to look down at the clock. It's like, oh shoot, what time is it for me? We've got 9:30 Central Time. So what we're doing here, in case you don't know, is we're adding some wiring to Old Man Rusty's noggin. So here is Unity, so we can walk around in it. And this is my ancient copy of Maya. See, you say copy of software. I don't know if that's just an old term. Well, calling it software is an old term. I suppose this is an app, right? This is some old software. I have the 2016, because that is back when I used to do this for 3D stuff for freelancing. Rusty waiting in the sky. He'd love to come and meet us, but he'd blow your mind. I mean, he is out there. Where is he? There he is. He's out there. Waiting. Watching. Oh, it's funny. You can see the lens sticking through the side of the building. Oh, you can see the lens sticking through the side of the building. But yes. Oh, Nix, I missed your message. One of your nephews was scrolling through YouTube the other day and went, "Ew, that's AI." And you watched them block the channel, made you tear up. He's learning. Oh, gold star. Gold star. Ew, that's AI. So, he who T-poses loves us. I mean, he's there. One of the things I do want to toy with, what was I looking at? Oh, I was watching a newer anime where they have very large demon godlike creatures. It's like, okay, for sense of scale, I'm doing a poor job here. I'm doing a poor job here of sense of scale because you just look and it's like, oh, he's just a little rusty because there's no landscape. Okay, you know, there's no landscape to give you that sense of depth. There's just the void. There is only void. You know, so like let's say we go teleport around and Giant Rusty is right there. Oh, he's floating. He's floating. Because we gave his arms wibbly wobbly noodle arms. Oh. There we go. Wibbly wobbly noodle arms. So, I mean, he looks big now, right? Because we're inside this open air room. So we've got me, and we've got a large me in the background. He is indeed wacky inflatable wacky how's that go? Nope, that's not the right one. Okay, focus Rusty big whee. Yes, we took Vroid Springbones and put him on his arms as a test. And how Springbones work, or I should say how VRM Springbones work, is you give them a starting point, so a root joint. So the root in this case I think was the shoulder. So everything in that joint chain down to the fingies is now floopsy. Wacky, wavy, inflatable arm, flailing tube man. There you go. The whole shebang. Oh, we got. Oh, what do we got? Wait. Choo choo. We got some hype train rewards. Oh, he's so cute. Applause break. Oh, Juna. If you weren't here the other night, the other night being last night, I keep thinking it was like a week ago. Oh, so the story is, we had these lovely antlers last, you got the stupid train badge. We had these antlers last October for, I don't know, I wanted antlers. And it was fun for Spooky Month. But then it's like, you know what? I want antenna. But like TV aerials, you know, the satellite and not satellite, the TV antenna that goes on top like a roof. Right? So this is kind of, here was the prototype. Too chunky. So we refined it. We got distracted and we refined it last night. And then we added physics. So now we have jiggle physics. So we have moth TV antenna. And I keep getting distracted, just swaying. I need a tail. I think a tail would really hold the whole avatar together. Jiggle physics. So this is actually jiggling in 3 different spots. So there will be slight rotation from the post or the pylon. Then the front is separated from this whole back train. So it's some nice secondary motion. And it was so easy. It was so easy. But yes, this whole looking into the jiggle physics was me thinking of ideas for the 2.0 VTuber. The 2.0 VTuber. I want my tie to have physics, so that when I lean, like let's say I'm not all buttoned up nice like this. Maybe we ditch the suit for just the the nice white business shirt or whatever. That the tie, I lean over, and the tie would sway. You know. I feel like I'm in the water, swimming. Oh, Nyx, I love that idea. I do love that idea. The dad bod. Sea butterfly. I had another idea based on this. It's like, well, what can I do with the moth? It's like Rusty with moth wings as a little like Fey Rusty almost. What if we get like little Rusties? Like the little like pixie pixels or pixel pixies, and they would then have the little moth wings. Think little Cortana, like little Cortana giving us advice, except she's just floating around as Tinkerbell. There we go. And also, in my research, it turns out that for doing physics like this, if you want to apply it to cloth, I also have the plugin, or the Unity plugin for doing that called Magica Cloth, which is what a lot of 3D VTubers actually use. Magica Cloth. I wonder if it's still being updated, because it's pretty old at this point. I think you can use it on Vroid models, like for in VR chat, but don't quote me on that. I don't know if you have to bake some of that into it. But yeah, so if you see some 3D VR chat people or VTubers, the 3D VTubers, and their cloth or their hair is flowing majestically, probably using Magica Cloth and not this. You just wear cotton, polyester, and denim. Yeah. You are a true Midwesterner. I'm currently wearing some flannel and denim myself. Unfortunately. Where were we on this? Oh, we're wiring up Rusty's room. That's where we were. We're wiring up Rusty's room. If we teleport enough times, we'll get back there. Oh, that's right. I have to hook this up. I do have to just change that. Can't handle denim. I mean, I don't know about in Rough and Tumble Australia, but they do make softer denims nowadays. They do make softer denim. It's not all the... Oh, what was Wrangler? Oh, I grew up wearing Wrangler jeans because they're super sturdy. And I grew up on farm, so you needed super sturdy denim. But yeah, man, they make much nicer, softer jeans nowadays. Except for the stretchy ones. I don't like stretchy jeans. No, thank you. Hear someone scratch it. Oh, I suppose. Yeah, from a texture point of view, denim would... How do you feel about corduroy? Yeah, I could definitely see a texture, from a texture perspective, why denim would be irritating, especially corduroy. Yes. I'm glad I work I work alone. So I don't have annoying cube mates or office mates anymore. Just have a whole idle animation. I should just have an idle animation of me going like this. Worst thing ever. Oh, the corduroy, or having people work next to you that make annoying habits. I like corduroy for the insulating properties. But then, you know, you go walking and then it's like zzz, 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 zzz. What track is this? I've been trying to track this one down. Sounds of the 80s, Theme 4. Theme 4, Sounds of the 80s. Okay. This track in particular reminds me of a game. Einhander. I don't know why. It must be just similar enough to one of the stages in the game Einhander, which, funny enough, is not about swords. In fact, also funny enough, it is a spaceship type shooter from Squaresoft, or well, Square Enix, I believe. Squaresoft or Square Enix. It was when they were in their weird, we're breaking out of the JRPG scene days. Nix, have you ever played Einhander? I should play it on stream. Show everyone how awful I am at it these days. Oh, and I looked at how much it would be to buy a fresh copy of Einhander for the PS1. It is quite spendy. Quite spendy. So that and Symphony of the Night, two very expensive games that I absolutely adore. But yes, oof. Oh hey, you know, we never come over here. Never come this little alleyway here, even though I have a fully functioning door. A fully functioning door here. We can peer inside of Rusty's room. What's left of the building. So after we get Rusty's building here all wired up, I need to separate it from the warehouse, which is back there, because I need to start optimizing. I mean, I don't need to. We're not killing our CPU or GPU yet, but yeah. Ooh. You like? Be mesmerized. Be mesmerized. Yesterday we started experimenting with jiggle physics. After fixing something that was bothering me about my moth antenna idea, we fixed that, and it's like, you know what? What if jiggle physics? Shapes and colors? Oh, Juna. Don't tempt me with shapes and colors. Don't tempt me with shapes and colors. We will go nuts with shapes and colors. Have you been here? Have you been here yet for shapes and colors? Oh, we can spawn our stream. We can spawn many copies of our stream here. And it tends to lead to interesting psychedelic artwork. Oh, the screens aren't behaving. Let's go get in the middle of. There we go. Surprisingly, this doesn't crash the system. But it does lead to fun visuals. And having a weird 80s soundtrack to it is interesting. Shapes and colors. Can we zoom in on the antenna? Not quite, and there's too much stuff in the way. Bum bum ba dum bum bum bum. But Digi, how are you doing? How's your game coming? When does Schedule 1 take place? Is it 80s or is it like Miami Vice kind of? Ooh, there we go. Ooh, there we go. And what we can do is, if I want to be extra artsy, I can pose these when they want to behave themselves. I can pose these. Let's see, let's get a little rotation in there. I mean, physics does take over. I didn't implement physics stopping controls. Ooh, there we go. Current day, just stylized. I mean, you can't go wrong with Miami Vice kind. Wow. Okay, that is cool. I haven't had to do this one before. That's a new one. Yeah, so Juna, that emote was made from a stream like this, but it didn't move quite like this one. They blow up. That's funny. Oh wow, this is cool. So way back in the 90s, when we finally got a Windows computer for the home office, being my folks got a Windows computer, probably Windows 3.1, there was a Mandelbrot set generator that came with some shareware demo disc kind of thing. And I played with that for a very long time. Because a Mandelbrot set, you can just keep zooming in on it. It's a mathematical fractal generator, I want to say. And you can just keep zooming in on it. Oh no, did I ruin it? Did I ruin it? Here, we don't need that guy up in the corner. Before your time. I'm sure. But yes. I'm pretty sure it was Windows 3.1 and not Windows 95. No, if we want to go, how old is Rusty? Do I still have this on my desktop? Dun 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 dun. Here was Rusty's first computer. My parents said, "Hey, you can have it." Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Now we've got Commodores in the background. Commodores all the way down. Yes, this is actually sitting behind me by about like 6 feet. The computer I grew up with, my folks are like, yeah, we don't want it in our house anymore. And so I just cleaned off, like, actually it didn't have much dust on it for sitting for like 20 years not being used. But it works fine. It works great. I played it on stream a couple times. It takes a little bit to set up because you gotta move everything over to my desk and stuff. First computer's a MacBook you bought in 2019. Despite having an art major, I did not have a Mac until oh geez, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I actually got one for work, and it wasn't super duper for programming on it. For the Commodore Spiral. Well, thank you. We can bring it back. You know what? I do need to have another Commodore stream. Oh, hey, if you appreciate the Commodore Spiral, Here, this is literally a screenshot, as it says right here from. Oh, it's been a while since we had a Commodore stream. Yes, this would be a screenshot from the last time we played Commodore. I was going to I dropped this on my desktop so that I could put it on one of the screens inside the office. Oh, for some of you old-timey nerds, the YouTube channel and media enterprise or whatever, Loading Ready Run. They used to do a lot of video game news back in the day. They still do, not as much. This is literally where they got their name, from the Commodore loading screen. You load a game, says loading, ready, run. Yeah. Old school. But man, some of those games are primitive. We were going to play, we actually were going to play some of those old retro Commodore games tonight. I did buy Llamasoft on Steam. It is the Jeff Mintner story. I was talking about it a while back, and we were going to play that, but I want to make sure it captures nicely because I've been having real crap luck with that lately. And I didn't want to bungle it again, so we're gonna put that off for a little bit. Till we make sure the darn thing works. But let me tell you, I am not as good as I used to be at some of those games, like Grid Runner or Centipede kind of games. It's like, oh man, was I always this bad? Am I just coping? Where am I? Am I just coping? Or should we like zoom in? Hi. Now we're up close in your face. Can you see my cameraman right here? The little gremlin. Oh, no problem. We appreciate lurkers here. We do appreciate the lurkers. I myself lurk a lot during my workday. I like lurking. Yes, that is indeed Chibi Rusty. This is a Chibi Rusty experiment. I should finish rigging him. I should really finish rigging him. I was going to have like or as how did Deadson put Chibi Rusty? The Rusty Max Pro 12, because he's got like the iPhone set up here. Lurk and twerk. I mean, if I mess with my tracking, I can definitely. We can definitely throw it back here. Wait, how do we? No, that's limbo. Hold on, the other tracker. We can't twerk anymore because I changed how all the tracking is connected. We can definitely limbo though. Say we are Limbo Pro. We can walk around like this too. You can tell how good the hand tracking is because right here, let's see, right here, I am holding my chest tracker. So you can see me marionette, puppeteer myself. A little extra bit tracking. And here we go. We put it in our pocket. Oh, and now we have to reset our tracking because we're crooked. Da-dun. Dun, dun. Da-doom. And now we're back. Yes. In a bit of overkill, I am also running Slime VR just so I can have a little bit of extra tracking. Now, these aren't like Steam trackers or Vive trackers or anything like that. It's literally 2 cell phones. My current cell phone is sitting on my desk, and my old one is sitting. Well, currently it's in my shirt pocket right here. So it's not super accurate. It does move a little bit when like I move funny, but you just get that little bit of extra motion. If I were a more anime human-y looking model, I'd imagine it would flow a little better. Oh my. Why are we, oh, that's why we're, I'm like, why are we orange? Why are we orange? What did we do? What did they do to you? What did they do to you? It's because we have toggles. And it shows up so nice. This leads to such visual art. Cinema, as the kids say. Right? Right? The kids say that, right? The kids say that. The kids say that as I run away in shame. Bam. Okay. Where were we? We were over there somewhere. I think we were, yeah, we were definitely over there. Oh my gosh. Okay. So because of how the teleporting works, I have different teleport spots or waypoints that I move my character to when I press a button on my keyboard. And it moves me slightly above. It moves me slightly above ground level so that I don't get stuck inside of any assets or geometry. Thank you, Spammer. And also thank you, Saribot, for catching that one. Well, anyways, the jiggle physics will work with the boink. Boink. That is amusing. I could teleport all day. Okay, where were we? We are right here. I need to find out why some of my geometry is not importing, because there's supposed to be places for these wires to connect to right here. He's blinking. Like these? Like these or like these? Actually, is Giant Rusty blinking? I don't think Giant Rusty can blink. Where is he? Where's our? No, I don't have his blend shapes hooked up. Because Giant Rusty is just us. A far better version of us. Yes. I need rabbit ears. I need rabbit ears. I think that'd be swell. Too much fun. Too much fun. Oh yes, but we definitely need to put the Commodore loading screen on one of these monitors. The good old blue. I suppose I could leave it green if I want to be green everywhere, but maybe blue. Maybe blue. Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't know that the Commodore was anything but green for a long time because my monitor growing up was monochrome green. Like that. Green. We also had, in fact, funny enough, we had an orange monochrome when we moved up to a 286 computer with a whole whopping 12 megahertz, 18 megahertz, something like that. Yeah. My folks had a home business, a small business, so they needed some kind of like bookkeeping kind of computers, and having a hard drive was very beneficial. It's hard to think about this now, X number of years later, but it's kind of hard to think about this now. It's like went from a Commodore, which only stored information on floppy disks, so all your customer data and all that kind of stuff, it was on a disk. Moving to a hard drive. They were so small back then too. That was the heaviest computer. Remember when we finally disposed of it? It's just like, geez, are we getting scrap prices for this? This thing is just this massive block of steel for the case. It was just heavy. I want to say 12 megahertz. It was old. But yes, there's my Commodore monitor right there. We modeled it on screen. Oh. This is not for me. This is not for me. It's for the stuff in the background. Just FYI. We are not an 18 plus. Well, I guess we are kind of 18 plus, but we're not that kind of 18 plus. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We're gonna stay on Twitch though. Not the other Twitch. Not other Twitch. Yeah. There. No? No? There it goes. Checking that it still work. Did I not set up my monitor back here either? My big screen? We were gonna have the big screen right here. I must not have implemented that. Essentially, that. Oops, that's not the right spot. There we go. There we go. Now. Ooh. Oh no, the TV is fighting the rest of the room for dominance. Yep, it's definitely fighting the rest of the room for dominance. There we go. Whoa. Whoa, I can't look at that too long. That's gonna make me motion sick. I get motion sick, and here I am looking at you guys, and I'm still gonna get motion sick with this background, just slightly like tilt shifting. Probably a good place to end stream. Who should we go raid? You know, I think we got just enough accomplished. There we go. Slightly offset. I think we got just enough accomplished. And let's see. I'm trying to think of, like, you know, meeting notes, you know, work brain, right? Work brain's like, let's see, we talked about, we're out on this business lunch. We can write it off because we talked about work stuff, right? Yeah, we discussed some project that we're working on. Okay. Yeah, so now we can write this off as a business lunch. Cool. I'll go put in the, the boss will go put in the expense report, and let's have a couple extra, let's have a couple extra drinkies while we're out here too. I'm sure accounting won't mind. Accounting and HR definitely won't mind. They'll be okay with that. They'll be okay with that. So let's go find ourselves someone to write. Yes, I'm glad we're in agreement. Yes. Oh no, am I gonna have like somehow get the moth antennae on there? I don't think I have the other. I do not have any of the other headgear as emotes. So, big news. Not big news, but big plans. Starting next week, it is finally time. Enough time has passed. We're downloading the new version of Voices of the Void. Starting with a fresh base, a fresh save. How can you start with a fresh save? Starting fresh by nature would be a fresh save. Anyways, Voices of the Void time. Next week. I am braving all of what looks to be all of the busy work that comes with the 0.9 update for Voices of the Void. Oh. You know what? I gotta. So, things VTubers say with False ID. Final stream tonight. He's hanging up the news anchor hat, no longer bringing us VTuber news. Let's go raid False ID. I know we are just a wee little channel, but let's go raid them anyways. Oh, hey, whoa, snap. I should not have I spoke too soon. You are unable to raid him at this time. He must have raids off for his final stream. Dang. I was hoping to do that. Anyways, if after this, if you want to go hop on, I think he's doing a charity stream as his final stream too. But yep, no more news from them at least. Now we have to find somebody to wait. Well, let's go find somebody, I guess. You know what? I don't know what they're up to, but let's go raid Digital Vagrant. I haven't been there in a while. I don't know if he's been streaming for a while. Let's go raid them. Probably next Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes. Probably next Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, this is kind of working out for streaming. But yes, let's go. Let's do a raid or a raid 3. Raid 3? Yes, the nodding. Let's go say a hi to Digi and see what they're up to. It's been a hot minute since I caught a Digital Vagrant stream. Catch you next week if I don't see you in some of our mutuals streams in the meantime. So have a pleasant rest of your week. Catch you later. Doom, 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 doom.